Hello, today we are going to focus on a very heating topic due to which the world is laughing on India. For the past few years, we have been watching videos in which some of the street foods vendors are seen making food in an unclean way. After watching these videos, it seems that the creators of these videos are more emphasized on showing the unhygienic way of the food than the recipe or making of the food. When such videos are released on social media, lots of comments come from all over the world, and they attack the person who is making that food. They also don't forget to abuse India and its people. The main thing is that the comments of people from Asian countries like Malaysia, Indonesia, even in Pakistan and Bangladesh are more harsh than those of people from European countries. These all comments are made assuming these videos are from India. But in fact, these videos are often from the streets or factories of Bangladesh and Pakistan or similar other countries. It should be mentioned here that we have used the word often here, and we are not saying that people in India are not unclean or reject this fact. In India too, in many places, mainly in poor habitats or in slum areas, people are seen making foods in an unclean way. Of course, such things are wrong and it is wrong to support them, but the way these videos are presented appear to be deliberate. Let's discuss this issue today. First of all, let's look at some statistics. The area of India is about 3 million square kilometers. India is the 7th largest country in the world. In fact, India is the largest one after Russia, Canada, United States of America, China, Brazil, and Australia. If you think of the density of the population, more than 490 people live in each square kilometer in India. Means, in these 7 countries, India has a higher density of population. Now let's consider per capita income. The ranking as per capita income of the above 7 countries are America 7, Australia 11, Canada 20, Russia 67, China 69, Brazil 80, and India is 138th. This means India is the poorest in these countries in terms of per capita income. Now, considering all these statistics, the majority of India's population is poor. About 25% of India's population is poor, which means 1/4 of the India is poor. From this, you will know that when people are poor, their goals are more towards getting goods at the least cost. Most of these people live in slums or live in simple houses. These are the people whose basic needs are not fully met, and the cleanliness is last on their mind due to empty stomachs many times. Due to living in poor areas or corruption, these areas don't often have basic facilities and cleanliness. Getting food on the road in cheaper rates at such times is a big thing for them. People who live in such poor areas don't often have capability of buying even street food. So if a street vendor making food in an unclean way is offering them that food in lower rate, then they don't think more about its hygiene. Basically, there is a lot of dirt and waste where such people live. In these areas, government sanitation schemes are low or insufficient. Therefore, such uncleanness is part of their lives. They have to fetch potable water from wells and ponds, which they often carry by walk from several kilometers. Many times even this water is not that clean. Their homes are very simple, adjacent to each other densely, making them lack of sunlight, air. Homes are small, and due to poverty and lack of education, children are more, which leads to lack of space for each individual. All of this leads to an overall unclean and unhygienic life. Therefore, the uncleanness of the food made by street vendor is no more a concern for them. The uncleanness shown in these videos are only found in the most poor areas, and this situation is not limited to India, but also applies to other countries of the world. The only difference here is that the richest countries in the world do not usually post such videos from their countries on social media. But we find many videos of the poor and homeless people in such rich countries like America and Canada. When we talk about uncleanness and unhygienic way of food preparation, the death rate should be high in such countries. But in fact, the death rate in India is lesser than such rich countries. This is more due to the high immune system of people in India. Therefore, people in India live for more than people in other countries. In a country like America and Canada, the poor people seem to be not getting basic medical services easily. On the contrary, the poor people living in slums and poor areas, even in the rich city like Mumbai, gets medical facilities at very lower rates. Government clinics and hospitals also offer most of the poor people free treatments. In countries like America and Canada, many videos show that the poor and homeless people have to take their teeth removed for not getting a doctor for checking their teeth. While in India, there are many poor and homeless people with all their teeth intact even after eating betel nuts, tobacco, and gutka. Now, in many Western countries, people are seen eating half-cooked meals. In many Western countries, people order food directly from the restaurants like pizza, burgers for lunch or dinner, which is considered junk food. The preparation of meals in India is different. The meal here is made at a high temperature, that the chances of it containing bacteria are less. On the contrary, people from Western countries order half-cooked tin food from departmental store, which may look hygienic and clean, but it is not nutritious. This decreases the overall immunity. Therefore, people in the Western country are less resistant to illness than the people in India. People in India are so strong that they can survive at high temperatures like Rajasthan as well as low temperatures like Kashmir. Hence, they can live anywhere in the world easily. They do not need any sunscreen, cold cream, etc. It should also be noted that India is one of the oldest civilizations in the world. India has a well-known history of more than 5,000 years with evidences. There is evidence that there was a sewage management system in the city found in the excavation of Hadappa and Mohenjo-daro in Akhund Burit, or United India. There is also evidence that there were toilets at that time. There is also evidence that outside the toilet, there was a water system for cleaning the body and washing hands and feet. So for thousands of years, India has focused on hygiene. It cannot be ignored that many negative changes have occurred since it was attacked by foreign invaders and the cultural exchange. In the videos getting viral on social media, many people from other countries comment on open defecation in India. But today the situation is different. In many places there are public toilets. In urban areas, every house has toilet. When every Indian person comes out of the toilet, they are washed and cleaned with water and then wash hands in the wash basin. In countries like America, Canada, and many Western countries, people still clean themselves with tissue paper in toilets and roam everywhere with unwashed hands. So now, who are the unhygienic people in this? Cleaning with only some tissue paper or cleaning thoroughly with water and soap. These people with such unwashed hands spread the infection everywhere. But this is their misunderstanding. It is wrong to think that the tissue paper cleans you well. Therefore, their immunity is less than Indian people. They also feel that wearing gloves in hand while working restaurants and kitchens is hygienic, but in fact, your properly washed bare hands are more clean than those synthetic gloves. Another thing noticed is that poor people are there everywhere in all countries, but it is certain that some people are deliberately spreading such videos from India to make fun or defame India. In fact, these people themselves are living, eating, working in unclean and unhygienic ways in their countries. But they are ahead of all in criticizing India. The main reason for this is the increasing dominance of India in the world. Gradually, the whole world is beginning to recognize India. India is known as one of the ancient culture and civilization in the world. India is famous for its mastery in spirituality and yoga. Besides cricket and chess, India is making progress in other sports also. The fact that India is slowly progressing from developing country to a developed country is hurting India's enemy nations so bad that they are criticizing India for every available thing. Admittedly, some Indian people have been seen doing wrong things in other countries recently, but it is wrong to blame the whole of India for their actions. Many people are trying to pull India down by showing only wrong things about India. Such people don't seem talking about the famous tourist locations in India. But they will only talk about the slums in India. They won't talk about developed and advanced cities like Mumbai, Delhi. They won't talk about Ambani and Adani, who are one of the richest persons in the world. The famous performers like Rihanna, who charges high tickets for her performances all over world, was hired by Ambani just for a private performance in his son's wedding. This shows India's capacity and capability. Such people won't talk about the ancient historical sites like Ajanta, Ellora Caves, Vijayanagara, or marvelously built hill forts of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, Himalayas. Because when India was in its highest peak, these countries were learning the basics. When India knew Navagraha, the 9 planets, these people had false knowledge that the earth is flat and the sun rotates around the earth. When India knew gold and silver metals, these countries were living in the Stone Age. The purpose of this video is not to blame any country or its people, but to discuss the wrongs that are being spread about India and its people. This is an attempt to explain our side from India. Those who will watch this video without any prejudice in the pure heart will know our purpose and our feelings behind it. Thank you very much for watching the video from a proud Indian. Vand Mataram.